Welcome to an Edapt.gg presentation. In this presentation, we'll explore eSports, specifically League of Legends, and how high school eSports leagues are being built out. Here's a quick summary of how one of the most popular games in the modern era grew over the last decade. League of Legends was developed by a games company called Riot Games and released in 2009. League of Legends is a 5-on-5 team game, where winning teams eliminate the opponent's base. Winning requires teamwork, strategy, leadership, dexterity, and lots of practice. Each player controls a character. There are more than 100 to select from, and each having various strengths and abilities. Computer games have been growing in popularity and acceptance over the past 40 years. The ability for team games has been limited until the last decade, with the growth of the internet and computer power enabling more access. Low entry requirements in terms of price and computer hardware, with the capacity for casual and competitive gameplay options, have become more and more widespread, allowing more players to participate in the esports environment. League of Legends, with its wide team appeal and skill-based building requirement, has grown to have more than 100 million players worldwide. There are now more than 1,000 high schools in USA, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand competing in high school leagues, with another 20,000 starting soon. League of Legends has a wide scope of countries that participate in international tournaments. Professionally, there are more than 13 leagues globally, including North America, Europe, Korea, China, Oceania, and with over 100 plus professional full-time teams. There are 4 major international tournaments and 14 major regional tournaments, with countless minor tournaments in all regions. The location of the League of Legends World Championship in 2017 was the Beijing National Stadium, the same stadium used for the Olympic Games. The esports industry now hosts a very large amount of career opportunities. Salaries in 2018 for professional League of Legends players in North America have exceeded $1 million, with the average of over $320,000 a year. The career path isn't just limited to being a professional gamer. With the huge industry growth, professional teams employ dozens of players and at least another 24 in support staff, ranging from coaches, trainers, strategists, scouts, psychologists, team managers, community managers, and many of them are originally gamers themselves. There are other professional paths that begin from esports as well, such as broadcasters, shoutcasters, analysts, writers, tournament organizers, streamers, investors, and as the industry of esports becomes broader, more avenues will be added to this list. The explosive growth of the industry has caused a huge talent gap, which universities have begun to address. In 2014, there was one esports scholarship program at a university in Illinois called Robert Morris. Since then, 50 universities have created esports scholarship programs. Universities are encouraging students into esports with full-ride scholarships and partial scholarships. The esports scene is also experiencing a major influx of corporate sponsorship, with teams from the NFL and NBA investing heavily into the scene and also buying their own teams. So what does all of this mean for high schools? High school leagues are quickly gaining more participating schools, with the focus shifting to the next generation of professional players.
It's an environment where the students come together, they work together as a team, which is just as competitive as any other environment. It might not be physical, but it's definitely strategic, and it's is a team building. So I think it's got a big future.
I've had students come up to me from the team and say, hey, this is the first year that I've been able to say I represent my school. It's important that when we're looking at esports that we recognise that there is a future in this, and we're not just talking about that professional gaming. There is a huge range. I was speaking to some people in the industry and they're talking about how esports and gaming is now something that can be valued.
If your school has an esports club, Congratulations, you're one of the early adopters and likely to reap the benefits of establishing esports infrastructure at this early stage. Schools are discovering how to help their clubs, assist their students in improving their teamwork in the game, and build communication skills amongst players. Some schools have seen great response from their students, and their teachers are working as hard as they can to help facilitate the students' gameplay. Some are evaluating how esports, and League of Legends specifically, can help their students learn the skills to navigate in the fast-changing digital world, transferring the skills learned from the game into relevant, real-world skill sets. Many see the scholarship programs as an option for their students and look to build out the skills and the pathway for them to achieve that scholarship. After speaking with many schools, we realized that all are at different stages of development in their respective eSport programs. Schools with relatively new programs have a fairly steep learning curve. Edapt can help with this by connecting a community of teachers involved with high school eSports. Teachers can talk about their experiences with eSports and discuss common issues that they face. If a school has a more developed eSports program, coaching may be of interest, at which point one of our coaches will discuss with you how coaching works through the site and assist in the onboarding of your players.